Hello everyone, I'm Tracy Derwin, and in today's video, we're going to be exploring the Band-Aid situation that I discussed way back when I first started reporting on Maui. And I'll show some pictures of the governor and kind of go over what the drama was back then. And then I'm going to present a possible explanation, and it involves a very unique form of art. And then I'll finish out this video with a personal story that I have that might relate to this topic that we're going to be discussing today. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, please do so before you leave. YouTube has been taking away a lot of my subscribers, especially since I've been touching on this topic. And like, comment, and share this video so we can let people know what's going on. All right, so after the fires, so those that are a little newer to my channel, Governor Green was on camera a lot after the Lahaina fire, the Maui fires, and there was this very odd thing that we noticed, and there are these Band-Aids, and he had them on all sorts of fingers in all sorts of colors. Here it's the right index, left ring finger here. Here you can see it on the right thumb, left ring finger. Again, right thumb, left middle finger. And here's a more recent photo, and this is of him in DC. He went there recently to defend his decisions to, shut down the state and close schools and encourage everyone to get the jab. So that is just a little bit about what we have been observing with Governor Green. He is the sitting governor, and he was the sitting governor during the fires. Now, I never really figured out what that was about, and I just figured I wouldn't because it's just so unusual. But since I've been going down this other rabbit hole, and I'll go into that very, very shortly, it kind of started to make me think about the Band-Aid situation. I'll show this post. This was on Reddit 2 years ago. It says here, what was going on here? They're referring to Governor Green. The reason this guy is wearing all these colored Band-Aids are their ritualistic elements to the Lahaina murders / thefts. And someone posted part of this, I guess, saying that we're going to delve into a little bit more. It says, cut deeply into the middle finger of the left hand, eat the pain. And this is on Reddit. Maybe we could put a link if you guys want to read the entire thread. But basically, that's the suggestion here. And back when this was put up, I mean, first of all, I didn't see it, and I didn't understand a lot of these things. I was just starting to wake up. But since then, I have become aware of a witch. I think she does consider herself a witch or an artist. Her name is Marina Abramovich. Here's an article she wrote in the Art newspaper in 2018. And she considers herself an artist. And again, we'll hear this reference to the cutting of the middle finger. So, this is part of the spirit cooking recipe. So she has these events where she does spirit cooking. And I guess part of this is to cut deeply into the middle finger of the left hand, eat the pain, things like facing the wall, eat 9 hot red peppers, sprinkle the urine of the morning over the night of bad dreams. There's other kind of unusual things, but it's really dark. I don't pretend to understand it, but it's, these things are happening, and she's actually very well known amongst the elites. So we do have proof of that with some uncovered emails that were discovered in 2016. Here is part of WikiLeaks, and this is related to the spirit cooking dinner that was being discussed. And it says, with a sharp knife, again, cut deeply into the middle finger of the left hand, eat the pain. And if you want to read that, I don't really want to verbalize that, but there are other parts of what went into the product that this was written in, and you can see some of it there. This is what this artist or witch looks like. And here's more of her artwork. Again, middle finger of left hand, and she's in the process of writing "Eat the Pain" with a sharp knife, again, cut deeply in the middle finger. And yeah, that thing in the corner, really creepy. I don't know what that is. Looks like a little like effigy of a child or something. Here is another part of the spirit cooking dinner. Again, I don't want to say this because it really grosses me out. I don't want these things verbalized on my channel, especially since we are thinking maybe these are spells. And I don't know what the purpose of these spells are. I try to figure out, and I asked Shane to try to figure out what the purpose of these spirit cooking dinners are. And I just don't know. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish by doing these things. But they do exist. And I just, I had some comments talking about how Governor Green went on this recent media tour in DC and LA, and he was seen again with these Band-Aids. And, we might not ever really know. I think at the time I thought that maybe he had just been very prone to paper cuts, but it seems to be something that happens quite often. So I'll leave it at that. And so now I'm going to discuss a very odd thing that happened to me many years ago. This was either in 2005 or 2006. This kind of lends to this idea that I'm starting to learn about, that there are a lot of witchcraft, there are a lot of witches, people participating in these rituals. And so this is very new to me, so I don't know exactly what this thing was about. And I wanted to share this because I thought maybe some people listening might be able to shed some light on what I experienced. So again, in 2005 or 6, I was hiking with a friend in Temescal Canyon. It's this really beautiful trail in the Palisades. And it's a loop. It's a medium difficulty. I think it's like 3.5 miles. And we got to the top, and at the top there's this beautiful view of the Santa Monica Bay. You can even see Catalina Island. And that day we had like this extra energy, and I was only 25 at the time, so I was in really good shape. And we decided to go off trail and hike even further up the mountain. Now looking back, that was a really bad idea. But we did that. We scaled some rocks and we found our way higher onto the mountain. And then we came across a kind of like a clearing, and there were some trees and these rock piles. So obviously human-made piles, like kind of pyramid shaped rock formations, little ones like all over the place. There were also these stick like effigies, stick structures hanging on trees and kind of all over the place, kind of like Blair Witch Project type looking things. And we kept walking and we kept seeing these weird formations or stick figures. And then we came across like another clearing that had this rock circle. I don't remember how big it was. It wasn't huge. It was maybe between 6 and 8 feet in diameter. And then in the middle, right in the middle of that circle, was a feather, a pretty big feather, not just like a feather that fell off of a dove or something. It was certainly a bigger feather that I'm pretty sure someone had to have brought it somewhere. And it was just right in the middle of this circle. And it was very obvious it was intentionally placed there. So when we saw that, and this was in the morning, so when we saw that, we realized that this whole scene was put together recently because, it's windy up there. If it had been there for days, that feather would have blown away for sure. And so I think we were both thinking like, maybe the people that did this are still here. And so we kind of froze, we looked at each other, and we just got really creeped out. I don't know if it's that I feel like I think I heard something, some kind of like rustling or something, and we just got scared and we ran out of there. Like that's how creeped out this scene was. And we almost got lost trying to find our way down. Luckily, we did find our way down and everything was okay. But I never really figured out what that was about. But now that I'm learning the things I am learning, it did feel kind of like sacrificial, or there was some sort of ceremony going on. I have to assume there was a group of people doing something there, but I don't know. But for sure, there was an event there, and it just supports this idea that this is very common. There are people everywhere, probably people that I know that do participate in these rituals, and it could have been innocent. It could have been something positive. I really don't know, but it did, for the two of us, give us a really creepy feeling inside. It didn't have like a happy vibe. It definitely had this, like, just this dark energy about it. So that's what I wanted to share. That's I guess my brush with witchcraft, or the ritual practices of the occult, potentially, but maybe not. So that's the main thing I want to share with you all. So thank you guys so much for being here. Please sound out in the comments if you have any information about this stuff, because I'm just learning. So I really don't know much about this topic. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.